Hi and welcome back to day 2 of our run through with Subsistence. Now, morning's just coming in here, and if you look at the temperature in the top right, it says 15 degrees. Now, the wood burner here gives you about 10, 11 degrees, so as soon as you see that going over about 13, oops, didn't mean to do that, you know that you can move away from the fire and you're above your, again, our cold tolerance is 2.5 and we're above that, so we're good. So we can leave the base now. Alright, that's a level 3 bear, which is a bit close. So one thing we want to do today is we just look at the base command unit. So you can see that the power here is growing at a rate of 0.33, so it's quite slow, but it means that by the end of the day we'll be up to 500 again. Now this mass here is also growing quite slowly again, and by the end of the day that's going to be up to 100. So it means that at the moment we don't have any other way of increasing any of these limits or rate of increase. So we've got a couple of choices. We can make a small power generator. If we do, we need 6 of these, 5 of these, and 4 wooden planks. Now we've got 10 electrical. During the night a crate appeared just there, so I went up 1 electrical there. So we've got 4 of these, we've got 10 of these. Now wood's not a problem because we can always get this. Now a plant bed would be nice, but we don't have any seeds right now, so there's no real point in that. So the 3 things that we would really want to get is a refinery, a small power generator, and a plant bed. So this is probably first, either one of these 2, but we need to get seeds first, that's the issue. So in terms of stats, we're looking good on proteins, except for that's it. We're full now. So we're starting the day full. We got a couple of apples there. We could take our flask. In fact, let's do that. Now we've got 2 arrows left. Now what else? It would be nice to make a shotgun. So I'm going to take these just in case we decide to do that, because we do have 6 shotgun shells. But we're going to need to kill another rabbit to do that. Find 3 of these, which shouldn't be a problem. So we should be able to do that before the end of the day. Now what else do we want to do? That's pretty much it. So yeah, we're going to need a bunch of these. We need 6 there, and if we make the shotgun, yeah, we're going to need a bunch of scrap metal. So that's a lot of running around, so let's go ahead and do that. Now we don't want this to burn out, so let's just make sure it's full. Let's take off. Another thing that would be nice to make is a pickaxe. In fact, let's do that. So it means we've got to find a lot of scrap now. There's a bear right there. So can we get around? Nope, wolf. So there's some kelp there, but we're not going to bother with it right now. So when we get back to base, if we have to lure that bear away, we will. Alright, so let's... So there's another piece of scrap. Here's another one. So day 2 is just going to be a lot of running around again, just picking up as many resources as possible. But now we have a pickaxe, which I'm going to put in number 2 because of habit. I should have left that at home because I don't really need it. Because it won't be long before we get a refinery up. We need to start smelting ores. So I do need more arrows. Oh, that's a pig. They leave you alone. Okay. I mean, somebody said they do attack you. I'm not entirely sure. I've never had one attack me. If you shoot them, then they can aggro. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't really need this because the meat's going to go bad because it's too early in the day. But I don't really care about that. I don't think. So we just need some sticks. So this is ore rock again. You can get an awful lot of ores here. So that one was iron. They either drop 3 or 4. This is a couple of copper. So what we're going to want to do is visit this rock a couple of times a day. First thing in the morning, then later in the evening. And that will keep our ore production looking pretty healthy very shortly. So, whoops. I don't know where he is. So I'm going to run anyway. Wolf on the left. So it's pretty much like day one. It's just picking up everything you can see. There was a fibre over there, but a bit close to that wolf. So it's a free arrow, not bad. But I do need to make some more arrows, so let's do that. So as far as proteins are concerned, we've got a choice again. We can keep concentrating on the small animals, which I think is what we'll do, because we need the feathers and we need the cloth. So there's scraps coming along. At this point we've probably found enough fibre to keep us going in terms of cordage. We can start to think about making fuel bricks, which saves on wood. Depends, let's run around and just see how many we find today. Because it doesn't take long before you have way too much cordage. Previous run-throughs, I think I've started making fuel bricks on day 1. For now it's just scrap. So let's just see where we are in terms of the shotgun. So 1 cloth and 1 scrap metal, and we're there. So it's 1 rabbit basically, and 1 scrap metal. Another free arrow. And that shotgun shell is useful. They're expensive to make, so the more we find the better. So we had, I think it was a bunch in that locked chest, so we've got 7 to start with. Because we can one-shot wolves. Because it's worth knowing what damage each of the weapons does. For example, the bow here, using a normal arrow, which is where we are right now, that does 35 damage. So for example, you come up to this wolf here, you can see that his health is 95, level 2. So you're doing 35 damage with the bow, so you'd have to hit him 3 times. So you can do that in multiple ways. We'll probably take one on later. So this guy in front of us is 105. Which is exactly 3 arrows. Now the problem there is that they do regain health. So if we hit him with a couple of arrows and then ran, and then attacked him again, he would likely have regained at least 1 health, so it's going to be more than 3 arrows. Because just like we regain health over time, so do the animals. So you have to bear that in mind. So the pistol down there in our 6 slot, it's not upgraded, so that does 18 damage. what you can do with a level 1 wolf, which is 85 health, is 2 arrows will do 70 damage, which leaves it on 15, and then even allowing for a slight gain in health, the pistol will take it down. See a veggie up ahead. And another free arrow. Wolf. So that's a level 2, so it's a very easy takedown because we could, as mentioned, which one was that? That was that. So this and the shotgun will take it down, but we don't have a shotgun, so we can't do that. But the shotgun alone will take it down. Shotgun does 100 damage, 120 I think actually. Then of course you can upgrade weapons later, so I think the shotgun level 0 does 120, then first upgrade is 140, second grade 160 and so on. So then if you look at the health or how many hit points each animal has, you can start to do the math. Where are we now? 9 scrap. Well, we're going to need some wood, so let's hit a couple of trees while we're here. So that was 4 trees, and meantime, we just saw a rabbit appear there. Missed. Damn it. Okay, they run quite far, so I should be able to find it. Oh, I heard it. Let's see where it went though. Alright, we'll find another rabbit. Maybe that was the same one. Oh, there's one up ahead. You see him. Okay, nice. So that's the cloth we needed. So now we just need to... Okay, let's do all of those. Right, then we got our shotgun. Which means that if a wolf is close to something that we really, really want, which can be like a lockbox or something, we can take out the wolf with the shotgun. But around the base, if we see a level 3 wolf, we'll probably take it out because they can give you a lot of fat. The higher the level, the more goods you get. So I think we're good for the shotgun now. So let's do that. We also want to start thinking about expanding the base as well, because right now, as we know, we've just got that simple base unit and a wood wall. At some point we need to start expanding that. So 3 more trees. So yeah, couldn't get that last tree I was aiming for there. I've already done this. So we haven't gone swimming yet. Oh, there's chicken. I'll probably do the feathers. And the protein later. So if we go swimming, I'm just checking there's nothing around. Yeah, we're good. So you've got a couple of things. You've got kelp. This is sandstone when you want to make glass later on. As you see, you've got your oxygen bar at the top there. Space bar brings you up. Or you could just point up and swim upwards. And these are pearls, which are worth grabbing every time you see one, because you need these for weapon upgrades later on, and a bunch of other things as well, making power items. So that's basically, yeah, getting out of the water can be quite difficult, but if you press the space bar again, it just helps you get out. Alright, where were we? As you see in the bottom right there, when you're wet, I think that takes away 3 degrees from your temperature, which can make a difference because again, if you look at your cold tolerance there, so that means that anything under 6 degrees right now, we would start to lose health and burn through protein faster. I think it's 3 degrees, it's either 3 or 4. Now when we get back to the base later on this evening, we can start to take out wolves, and that might be worth doing, because one thing you can do in the wood burner is you can turn fat into biofuel. And if we're going to think about making if we're going to be making a generator runs on biofuel. So that's basically animal fat. And that's why we might want to be taking out level 3 wolves if we see them, because they can drop up to 4. I think max. Well, I've seen 4 from a level 3 wolf. I can't remember exactly how much biofuel one piece of fat makes, but that would make enough to not fill up the generator, but get you halfway at least. Right, stamina's getting low, so wood time. Okay, as far as wood's concerned, we're going to need some wood for the wood burner tonight, but we can get that closer to our base. So here's our problem here. Proteins aren't bad actually, but we do need to eat those too. What's that? So seeds, we've got 1 onion seed, not great. What we need early game is cotton seeds, and we haven't found any yet. So we were unlucky with that locked chest, because sometimes the locked chest can have a lot. Now you can break these up with the hatchet, but it wears the hatchet down, so it's really not worth it. Wait till you get a pick. It's worth getting the ores early, because we are going to have a refinery quite soon. It's one of the first things we'll make. we really wanted that, we could take, I'm just going to move the shotgun, my 5 slot, have it make sure that you reload. Okay, we're good. So it's an option, but I don't really want him. Actually, let's go for it. So it's a bit overkill, arrow and, oh, missed. I took my eye off the, you just wait till you're nose to nose with him and it's an easy kill. Now after you butcher something like this, yeah, only one fat, level 2. It's unlucky. Was it worth it? No, not really. Medicinal plant seeds, they're pretty much worthless. If that was a cotton seed, it would have been worth it, but it wasn't. Alright, so now we have to wash up. Now what we could do is just right mouse click here and wash hands. We're going to want to keep that for drinking, I think. And we do have quite a bit of time before we need to wash our hands, so we've got enough time for this guy, for example. Oh, I missed again. Alright, I'm going to get him. Oh, there he is. So that's going to be good protein later on. 5 small animals fill you up, but the main thing there again is the cloth that we're going to need. Actually, let's go. No, let's go wash up first. Heard another rabbit. Level 2 again. Another piece of cloth. Oh, I've got to get rid of something. What's it going to be? So we've got biofuel here. So what we can do is, that'll get rid of, we need 4 of these for biofuel, so it clears that pocket there. So craft. And we can pick up our rabbit. Alright, well that's a good time to get home because we're full. So I think that bear is far enough away. Yep. Oh no, he's going to come and grab a swipe. Oh well, luckily he's going to swipe that thing there. Alright, and then he's going to walk away. So we lost 100 and, what's that, 100 and bit health in our chest there. But anyway. So what do we want to do? Start clearing our pockets. So it's a good thing we had the chest here. Anyway, we do need to wash hands. So he's 230, so that would be a couple of shotgun hits. So we could actually take him down with 2 shotgun hits. But we would lose health. Possibly bleed and possibly get infected as well, so it's probably not worth it. Anyway, let's cook this up. So this is where we can render fat. So what you can do is just shift and left mouse click and it just goes in automatically. So there you go. So now this turns it into biofuel. Where's that bear? So left shift and left mouse click moves things over automatically. Right, so what do we want to do? Right, so we want 5 electrical components and some scrap metal. We got that. Let's do that. So I also want to expand this by putting another platform down. So that way if the bear aggroes again, we can just hide behind the doorway, which is another good reason to have a doorway. It's all cooked. Let's just get this going over here. It's likely to go bad anyway. So we've got 2 seeds now, which isn't really enough for a plant bed. So next thing we would probably want is a plant bed, but we need the seeds. So that's just wood and scrap metal 6. We've only got 1. So we have to go find more. Now, how many arrows? We got 1. Not great. So let's make. Oh, we've only got 1 wood as well. All right, so we need a lot of wood. So that's something we need to do. Let's wait till this is done. Oh, let's do that right now. Because we need to feed the fire. Oh no, that's going to burn. Yeah, food burns very quickly. The rabbit and the chicken cooks far more quickly than other meat. Actually, oh, we got. Let's do a fuel brick. Is there anything else we don't need on us? Yeah, probably that. Because we don't need to drink again by the end of the day. Until the end of the day, that is. Put that in there. Right, we're good. So the fire will still be going when we get back. Meantime, so we're out of wood. We can't make arrows or anything, so let's get going. Okay, we're just coming into night time now. It's got 4 degrees top left, so we're still good on temperature. So I hit about 13, 14 trees there. Take that blueberry. So that's it for the end of day 2. So remember we had some fat going, so alright, so 1 piece of fat generated 2 biofuel, which isn't great, but yeah, we're going to need a lot more fat. Alright, so fire's good, so stats were good on protein, etc. We could probably do is finding some more vegetables, so let's do that tomorrow. And we've now got our generator. Oh, forgot about this guy. Okay, and that operates on biofuel. So it takes 17 to fill it up. So I tend to put only 16 in, because I think it takes 16 and a half. So I'm not sure if it fully uses that 17th biofuel. So I tend not to put in more than, you can't take it out either. So you've got this overdrive option, which I never use. But yeah, that will get your power up faster if you need it. But at this stage, is there any point? Well, possibly, because getting a lockpick, oh, we don't have iron fragments, which is a good reason to get a refinery. But if you're in a situation where you've got the mass that you need, but you don't have the power, then that's when we would fire up the refinery. Right now, we may as well just let it charge up to 500 for free. It's only when you get over 500, if you build a power storage unit here, then your total power limit will go up to 1000, but it won't automatically charge over 500, and that's where you're going to need the to bring in the generator as soon as you hit the 500 maximum. 500 maximum on free power, that is. And same with mass, because if we wanted to increase our total mass potential from over 100 to 200, we would have to put a mass storage unit in here. Now mass, the only way we could generate more mass over 100 is 2 ways, and that is a recycler, where we can throw things in, and it'll exchange energy, power for mass. And the other way is mass fabricator, which does the same thing. It exchanges energy for mass. So you could do either of these. Now one thing you can do, just looking at some stage in the game you are going to have a recycler. And if you've got excess food, then one thing you can start to do at this stage of the game is start to burn food, because that gives you quite a lot of mass later on in the game. So right now, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to get through all of this food, so it could be a case that we just want to burn a couple. So we'd probably burn these two actually. As soon as these two are cooked, then they're fresh, and they'll last us most of tomorrow. Whereas this, because we can't eat it at the moment, because we're full, hence that sound. Okay. So I'm going to put this away. Now one thing, if you do get bitten by a wolf or something and you get infected, you're going to need one of these antidotes. And there you need 5 kelp, you need a liver, which you can get from a wolf or a bear, and you need 3 medicinal tonic. And we managed to pick up a whole load of that from the chest that we opened there. So one more of those, we just have to kill a wolf, find a liver, and we'd be able to make one of those. So I don't know which one of those was more recent, but yeah, this is where we're not going to get to use this here, so we may as well just burn this and use it for mass later, so let's do that. Alright, now, so that's really the end of day 2, so what I'll probably do, that bear's still around, so what I'll do is probably, we don't have any arrows, but we do have 10 feathers, so I'm going to make a bunch of sticks, probably 10, make a bunch of arrows, and I'll see you in day 3. So day 3 we're probably going to be looking at either a plant bed or a refinery, because we've got some ores to start refining now. And if we just look at the options here, if we look at a lockpick, we can get 18 iron fragments, because if we go to ore rock tomorrow, we're likely to get another bunch of iron, which will then enable us to make another lockpick. That way we can go looking for lock crates again. Because if you get a lock crate, you can find things that, for example, if we go here, we're going to start to need things like rope. And to get rope, you have to have sinew. Now to get sinew, you're going to have to kill either a cougar, which we can't do at the moment, or we could do at the moment actually, because you could just hit and run with a bow, but yeah, it's risky. We don't really need to do that. Yeah, there you go, that's burnt now. So this now will, that'll give us 9 mass once we get our converter going. Anyway, we're back into the morning of day 3. There's a moose over there. Is that a moose? I think so, yeah. Alright, so anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll pick it up at the start of day 3 in the next episode, and hope to see you then. Bye.